Your name for the record, ma'am?
Valerie, excuse me, Valerie Louise Smith.
And Ms. Smith, I want to call your attention back to March 7th of 2024. At that time, in what area did you live?
That's where I live currently. I'm 7 Mile Evergreen area.
Okay, and is that near Evergreen and St. Martin's?
Yes.
Okay, is that in the city of Detroit, Wayne County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on March 7th, 2024, did you come into contact with the police?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the reason you came into contact with the Detroit Police Department?
I found a young lady's ID.
And where did you find that ID?
Right there across the street from my house.
And was it like a driver's license, school ID, or something else?
School ID, it looked like.
And when you found that, was that the first time you had seen it there?
No, I stepped over it for 2.5 weeks before I decided to pick it up.
Okay, and is there a reason after 2.5 weeks of noticing it there that you decided to pick it up?
I just decided to pick it up that day. I was going out shopping. I said, well, let me get it and send it back to whomever it belongs to.
Okay, and when you picked it up, did you read the name on that ID?
Yes.
And what was the name on the ID?
Ziyah Harris.
And did that raise any concerns in your mind?
It sure did.
And what's the reason it raised concerns?
I just heard it on the news before it came out.
You heard her name?
Her name, yes.
Okay. And when you picked it up, did you have gloves on or anything like that?
No.
And you used your bare hand then?
I took my thumb and flipped it. And when I saw the name, I just put my hands on the outside of it.
And what was the reason you just put your hands on the
I
outside?
didn't want disturb any of the prints that were on there.
And when you picked it up, did you place it in anything?
Once I got to the next stop, I was on the bus line, I took it in the gas station and I put it in a lid.
Okay, so let's back up for a second. You picked it up and then got onto the bus?
Yeah, but I still had it like this.
And
I never put my fingerprints on, any more prints on it.
And for the record, the witness indicated by holding her hands about 3 inches apart.
Yes.
Her fingers.
She actually sounds smarter than most police that I've talked to, most detectives. She's very, very calculated. But, you know, an elder American freedman woman, I wouldn't expect anything else. Very, very calculated, clear of mind, understood the situation, knew that name, recognized that name. She did what she needed to do. I don't know if anybody is really following this closely or not. I'm sure some of you are. Some of you that may be watching or listening to this today. But I've followed this along, and I've grown really, really tired of the judicial system and the way they do drag their feet when they have what they need to have to proceed. Now, I understand they've got to do this, they got to do that, discovery this, discovery that, whatever. They know they have the individual who deleted Ziyah Harris. They know they have. They're 100% sure they have him. But they're going to go through all of these processes that the judicial system goes through, waste hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who knows? Could get up into to $1 million on this piece of trash that they know did this to this baby. And with that being said, how many other babies did he do it to? I have a real difficult time believing that Ziyah was a one-hitter quitter for him, seeing that he had already served time for sexually assaulting a teenage girl. Seeing that he has upwards of possibly 13 kids, I'm hearing. And there was even maybe one of his children that was possibly sexually assaulted by him. So I'm not sure exactly why the judicial system is in the state that it's in, which to me, it's anemic. Not even anemic. Because you can cure anemia. You can help anemia. But the judicial system is on its deathbed where I'm concerned. Because shit like this. I'm not sure why we don't follow other countries, third world countries. When you do something like this to a child, you lose a limb and worse. But no, we're going to let this motherfucker sit up in court with a fresh haircut, fresh shave, with a mask on, and let him do every single day? No. And this is why I'm so hard on sexual predators. I know a lot of people don't like when I go at a predator, but no, this is why. This is why I'm so hard on women that bring men into their lives around their children. And you don't know these motherfuckers. You just want the dick. How many more babies gotta die because of women that just want the dick? I mean, these babies literally being groomed, being assaulted, being murdered. Ziya's gone. She's gone. Ziyah is never coming back. She's not going to live a tormented lifestyle. She's not going to have reoccurring nightmares of the abuse. She's gone, and nobody knows where she's at but that motherfucker. And he's not talking to nobody. If he ain't talking to nobody, then why don't we just dispatch him now? Why can't he be dispatched? Oh, he ain't got nothing to say, but you got all this evidence that points directly to him? Take him out back now. I know 36th District got a loading dock. Take him out to the loading dock. Why is this a situation that we're going to waste more people's time, put her family through all this trauma? And I've been listening to this preliminary examination for the last couple of days, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's even worse than I thought. There's not one thing that points to anybody that possibly points to anybody. It's all him. All him. And as I worked my way through Pittsfield Township, I was in Ypsi. Now I'm working my way through Pittsfield Township, back into Ann Arbor. The shit's going on right here. Right here in these territories. But y'all befriend these people. Y'all uplift, I'm talking, they neighborhood heroes. Fucking with kids. Y'all put these motherfuckers on your shoulder and say they're activists. They're heroes. And if they got convictions, you talk about second chance shit? How can you give somebody a second chance that violated a child? And I know this is a broken record to many people that have heard me say these things before. I was in the discussion earlier, back and forth with the former law enforcement official, and just for anybody's nosiness, anybody's lurkiness, it wasn't Ken McGee. Okay? I know way more police than Ken McGee. I know everybody think every time I talk about talking to police, they think I'm talking to Kenny. No, I wasn't talking to Kenny. But I was talking to somebody who's seen the debauchery from the front lines at Ypsilanti Police Department. And I'll be talking about that more when I get back in the studio. But right now, this is about Ziyah. And this is about the fiend, the predator, the murderer of Ziyah. Why are we going to go through this? If he's not willing to talk, why are we putting ourselves through this? Oh, because that's the legal system. Oh, that's the judicial system. Fuck that. How come we can't break that trend? How come we can't break that trend? His ass needs to go now. He needs to go. I'm having a really, really good day. It's Natty's 20th birthday. And to see where she's at right now, I'll let you know what? Hold on a second. What is that? Somebody done dropped like a duffel bag or something right in the middle of Washington. Looks like the Amazon driver is trying to get out there to pick it up. I'd be leery of picking up any damn strange bag or case or whatever with all the shit that's going on now. Every day there's something new about New Orleans and Las Vegas and all this other stuff. You don't know what people are doing out here right now. But I know who's still on these streets. A bunch of predators. They only got one right now that I care about it, and his ass is locked in for probably a long-ass trial. Unless he just ups and gets real rational one day and says, fuck all this, guilty, take me away. No, but I think his monkey ass gonna sit there and go through a trial. I think he has the nerve to go through a trial. And that's a problem with me. That's a problem with predators. Predators are some of the most egotistical, narcissistic motherfuckers out. Because they think they're going to do what they're going to do and they're going to get away with it. And I think he thinks he's going to get away with this. No body, no proof. Oh, they got lots of proof. You got all these people who don't know him that are talking, directly about him. And then you got people that are in his family, this woman that he was supposedly engaged to, people that he's directly connected to. They're like, oh, one of his baby mamas said he came and borrowed her car. I think I even got that. Hold on a second. I think I got that. Said he borrowed a car. This might be on this short one. I don't want to play one of them long. I've been listening to 45, 50-minute excerpts of this stuff. I listened to the preliminary examination this morning early. There's a couple other cases on that came on, and then that came on. I was listening to it live. I kept stopping it, take care of my business, then starting it again, and finally just got done with it a little bit ago. Crazy shit. Here, listen to this. This is nuts to me. And they're gonna be willing to go through a trial when they got all this shit facing him.
It's been nearly a year since the disappearance of 13-year-old Ziyah Harris. Her body has never been found, but 42-year-old Jarvis Butts is accused of sexually assaulting her and killing her.
I saw Ziyah the day she went missing.
Tijuana Butts is the defendant's sister.
I kept seeing a little girl get in and out of his truck, going to the gas station and going back to his car.
Butts testifying she had stopped by her brother's auto shop on the east side for him to look at her car when she spotted a girl she didn't recognize. Jarvis told her it was his business partner's niece.
I just remember her.
His business partner's niece. So he lied. He lied who she was, and they know he lied. They know this now. Why can't they just turn around to him in the courtroom and be like, why did you tell your sister that was your business partner's kid? Why can't they just do that? Why we got to have all these formalities and shit? He doesn't deserve formalities. He deserves to be dispatched.
On a colorful jacket.
Butts says she didn't think much of it until later. This is a photo of Harris on her bus the day she disappeared in that jacket. Butts getting...
She noticed the jacket she had on. Then she saw a picture of the girl with the jacket on the school bus and saw that was the same girl that she had seen with the jacket. He's guilty. What are we doing here? This is stupid. No, it's the American judicial system. Why can't we adopt some Siberian laws and shit? Cut his limbs off. Cut them off. If y'all want to sew him up, sew him up. But if he bleeds out, he bleeds out. Who loses? One of his 13 illegitimate ass kids? Who loses? Nobody loses. Who's gonna miss him? Who's gonna miss Jarvis Butts if he gets dispatched? I wanna know. I wanna know who's checking for Jarvis Butts, even with a new haircut, even with his unibrow cut, fresh shave and everything, who's checking for Jarvis Butts? Not a goddamn soul. And then he'll get in there and get the bitching, and they'll put his ass in protective custody. No, put him in Gen Pop. Put him in Gen Pop and put Naziah's killer on the back of his damn uniform. Then we'll see how long he makes it. I mean, they gonna know who he is anyway when he goes inside. Don't be talking about I'm saved and, you know, I found God and all that shit when you get in. Don't be trying to join the nation or any of them other motherfuckers. First thing a motherfucker want to do is get inside and call himself bae. X, Allah, Abdullah. Fuck that. Your name is Jarvis Butts. And you're a murderous child rapist. Deal with it.
Emotional as she testified about suspecting her brother. Jarvis Butts was already a convicted sex offender. Records show he had spent nearly 10 years in prison for sexually assaulting a teenager. In this case, prosecutors say Jarvis Butts has several children with Naziah's aunt and was secretly preying on Ziyah, grooming her, even getting her pregnant, and then killing her.
Was he a secretive person to you?
Yes, he's very secretive.
Latricia Johnson has one child with Jarvis Butts. She testified Butts borrowed her car on January 9th of 2024, the day Ziyah Harris disappeared.
He called and asked if he can use my car to do something with his son.
Was this normal, abnormal?
No, not normal.
Johnson testifying when he brought her car back the next day, Jarvis Butts had left something in the back seat, something believed to belong to Ziyah Harris.
There was a pair of glasses that was left that my son was playing with. They were clear, and they were on my son's face.
Ziyah wore clear frame glasses. Those glasses were left in his baby mama's car after he disposed of Ziyah. Guilty! He's guilty! Why are we dealing with this? Why are we playing games with this girl's body? The body that we don't have, I'm sorry. I can't say life because I know she's not here. Legacy. But what's the legacy in that? I guess I can't find the right word right now. But I got the right thought. And the thought is Jarvis Butts needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to be expired ASAP. Why are we waiting to go through a trial? Because it's the American way. It's what we do. We waste a whole lot of time for nothing. Because that's all this is a big waste of time. That's what it is. It's a big waste of time. Let me let this finish.
So I told him to take them off. He take them off, he handed to me. Oh, Jarvis said, oh, those are my sunglasses, and he snatches it from my hand.
Other evidence on this day, clothing.
Oh, those are my son's glasses. Those are my son's glasses. Really? So your son had his glasses on in your baby mama's car, but when you took your son home, you didn't notice that your son didn't have his glasses on, and you didn't notice that your son's glasses were still in your baby mama's car until your baby mama's other son saw him? Because she didn't say Jarvis's son, she said my son. So she had multiple kids. Had one with Jarvis, but it wasn't that son. He said he wanted to take his son out. Did he take the son out that they had together? Am I misinterpreting that? Sounds like another kid found the glasses, not his son. I don't get it. I don't understand how we're in this space to where we're going to allow this motherfucker to sit mute and play games. He ain't doing nothing but playing games. His ass needs to go now. Ziyah Harris is never coming back. And the only person who knows where her remains may be is him, if they're still there. If the wildlife hasn't gotten to her. Did he put her in the water? Who knows? But if he's not going to confess what that is, fuck him. Send his ass to the back. Loading dock back. Stand here. And just make, it ain't like you're going to go nowhere. Shackle him up. Put him on a hand truck like Hannibal Lecter and shit. Just you stand here. Then they figure out what they're going to do to him. Leave him outside for the day. I don't care. Don't even have to do anything violent to him. Just put him outside and leave him where he can't run away. Let him freeze to death. It doesn't matter to me. I'm good with it. I would live peacefully if somebody told me Jarvis Butts just died. I'd have probably one of my best night's sleep in a long time. Man, you know that guy that killed Ziyah Harris died? I literally would have one of the best night's sleep I've had in years. A child predator and murderer off the streets in the dirt, I'd sleep well. I'd sleep well. Here's what it is. I have absolutely no, and any predator out here, any predator, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I don't care if they're in your fucking family. Fuck you. I don't care. If you out here and you got it mixed up with children, should no predator be around no children? And I see y'all with predators around children all the time. For the women out here who date motherfuckers that you know is a sexual predator, you raggedy ass piece of shit, that box ain't no good. That's why you got to give it to a predator. You got to give it to a predator. Because the box ain't no good. Don't no upstanding good woman willingly give her good cookie to a predator. You a raggedy bitch. You raggedy. And for the pages, I'm gonna put the profanity usage on this because I done got deep with some profanity on this one. So I'll put it on there for you. Y'all ain't even gotta hit me up. I'm gonna put the tag on there when I get done. That's okay. I'll own it. I'll own this one. I know I've been just out with my language right on this one. But that's okay. I can't stand a funky ass, no good sexual predator of any type, but this is of a child. Lying ass motherfucker. That's my son's glasses. Oh, that's my partner's daughter or niece. Just making up lies as he's going along. And one was before he killed her, and if her glasses is in that car, and Ziyah ain't in that car, he had already got rid of her. That's why her glasses were still where they were. She had been in that car. I understand if you don't know. But ladies, if you know or you suspect, I'm not telling you to accuse, but if you suspect something could be going on in your home, get out. Maybe you don't get out, but make sure that motherfucker gets out. Don't bring nobody around your kids that can hurt your children. Ain't no man worth that. Ain't no man anyway. Ain't no male worth that. It's ridiculous, man. Uh-oh, the CEO of Panera Bread is stepping down. What's up with all these CEOs stepping down from these companies? What's going on? All right, I'm going to get back at what I was going to talk about earlier on the next video. Right now, I need to handle some business. And I need to simmer for a quick minute. I just got to simmer for a quick minute. Pistons done caught the Lions fever. They got Cade Cunningham in a J-Mo jersey. I love that. I love that. Special things happening with that football team, I think. I do believe. Just got to stay focused. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Don't start reading nothing. Don't start listening to nothing. Jeffrey Wilson, how you doing today? I've never seen your name in the chat. If you're still here, welcome. Jerry Heim, I've never seen your name in the chat either. What's up, Brother Donald? Brother Clinton, how you doing today? Walter Hugh, how you doing? That 560 was nice, Walt. That 560 coupe, I like that. I love that body style. I love that body style Benz. Carmen Jones, how you doing today? Vicky Shields, how you doing today? But yeah, y'all. 2025 is going to be a definitive year, just like 2024 was a definitive year. I think all of these next few years are going to really set America up for our future. Now, however long I'm going to be here or y'all going to be here, we've got to embrace what is happening. I'm not saying you got to agree with it. I'm saying you got to embrace it and move forward. The first thing we got to do is take care of our villages. We've got to take care of our villages. We got to take care of our kids. We got to take care of our grandkids. And if you're not kinfolk related, it don't matter. Don't let nobody do nothing to no kid out here, man. Just don't. But yeah, I was talking to this person that used to be in law enforcement, and she was telling me all types of stuff that goes on a daily basis that they really are able to sweep up under the rug and never get found out because a lot of police reports and shit are not FOIA-able. So people don't really fight to get the information because you can't get the information. Let me just make sure. Let me see exactly what it was that she said was not FOIA-able. Police discipline files. Police discipline files are not FOIA-able. They're not. So this is where a lot of stuff that happens that might go into a police person's file, but you can't really get the information. It's private. If they got disciplinary actions that are detrimental to the community, but see, that's the way I look at this judicial system. They know every fucking finger points to this guy, but yet they're going to let him sit up in court. They're going to let him sit up in court silent. Fuck that. I know how we can keep him to stand mute or get him to stand mute. He can be muted forever. Jarvis Butts doesn't even need to utter another word and nobody would care. Nobody would care. I want to know if he's making phone calls. Who's accepting phone calls from Jarvis Butts? Who's accepting a collect call from somebody that they know sexually assaulted, impregnated, and murdered a 13-year-old? Who's accepting those phone calls from him right now? you wouldn't be able to get the second syllable of his fucking name out. Collect call from Jack Click. You have a collect call from Jack Click. You want me to get the fucking second syllable out. He's done. What the fuck you calling me for, nigga? We have absolutely nothing to talk about. If you want to talk to somebody, go talk to them detectives and tell them where that body's at. That's it. But I'm not telling him that, because if I tell him that, that means I had to accept his call. I'm not accepting shit. Y'all be good. Be safe out here. Protect these kids. It's The Corridor. Episode 5. Episode 5. I'll see you on 6. One love.